And welcome everyone to Clawson High School for a matchup between the Trojans of Clawson and the Mustangs of Lutheran North. I'm Deshaun Davis here today on the call in place of Jack Hartley, and today I have a special guest commentator with me, the one and only Mrs. Kelly Horn, Varsity head coach, girls head coach, and our athletic director. Thanks for joining me today in the booth, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for having me.
So right now we're looking at Coach Eric Steffen, the head coach of the Clawson High School in his first year at the Realm, and we're going to kick things off due to COVID protocols. We no longer have a tip ball, so Lutheran Northwest is going to start with the ball. And good defense by Kyle Gujan. He's going to get called for the foul with a nice take there by number 11. That is junior guard Brent Nair.
Might have been a little too much body there on that one, Coach. He tried to beat him to a spot, but had all ball up top, but a little too much body underneath.
And the first one is good. So in today's International Women's Day, we have a crew that is led by women. We have Paige Truesdale on audio. We have Sam Pizzo directing the game with Tina Ray on graphics, and then Mrs. Kelly Horn in the booth. So we're off to a good start here on National Women's Day.
Coach. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
No problem. So Trojans with the ball, and that's going to be a take there by number 0, Kyle Gujan. He puts that up, and then it's going to be a rebound and now pushed on a fast break by big number 40, Nicholas Petersdorf. Swing around, and number 5 is going to take a shot. That is Alan Petra, and he's going to get the rebound. And now they're on the floor. Nice spin move. Ooh, with a good take. That's number 3, Logan Petzoff. The Mustangs out to a 3-0 start in this one. And that's going to be freshman Hayden Stevens on the drive, and he's going to get the ball stripped from him by number 3. And now Clawson ball. Hayden Stevens, pretty good of an athlete, freshman on varsity. What can you say about that, Mrs. Horn?
And I think this is his second sport on varsity, isn't it, Coach? I think you coached him a little bit in football as well. So
yes, he did.
Quite the athlete coming up here. He's a big freshman. Very passionate, works very hard, and as you can see, he plays pretty hard on the hardwood as well, diving for loose balls whenever he can. I like his style.
So before the game, I got to talk to Jeff DeMassey, who was the head coach of Lutheran North. In his 5th year at the helm, I asked him what are the keys for victory today. He said play defense and make sure we get nice, clean shots. And right now, out to the start, they've caused some turnovers right here, so defense is definitely going to be the key for them. They have the size advantage versus the Clawson Trojans. They got they have 2 6'4" players, a 6'3", and a 6'5" center, so they're going to try to take advantage of that height and see if they could feed the post and take advantage of big number 43, Zach Foster.
Yeah, definitely a little bigger than us. What do we have? Maybe 1 or 2 guys over 6 foot?
Yeah. With the swing around the rip perimeter. That's a shot by Mitchell Monahan, a 6'3", 180-pound senior. I'm looking at these classes, and I see 2021, 2023, and I can't believe those kids are just old enough and graduating high school, and it throws me off.
Right. We won't talk about when we graduated high school, will we, Coach?
No, we will not. So the Mustangs out to a quick 6-0 start. Oh, move your feet. Logan Petrov from the shot from the elbow, and he knocks that down. That young man now has 5 points to start this game.
Well, Lutheran North has definitely come out shooting, guns a-blazing there, so.
Alex Cordon with a 3. He's usually good from that spot, knocking those down. The leading scorer for the Trojans this year, the junior 3-sport athlete.
Man.
And Coach Eric Steffen is going to take the quick timeout. The Mustangs out to a quick 12-0 run to start this game, and the same type of situation happened last game against Acre Bay, where they came out just shooting the lights out. And next home game looks the same to be the same thing. The Trojans definitely have to step it up on the defensive end.
Yeah, Coach, neither one of these teams I would say are too prepared for each other, seeing as how we didn't even know we were playing Lutheran North until about 10 o'clock this morning. So it was a little disadvantage to Coach Steffen and not knowing a whole lot about the other team coming in, but I'm sure he'll get the troops in order, and we'll start playing hard. Keep playing hard and try to get some points up on the board.
Coach Steffen obviously a little upset about the effort here. But you got to understand, this Trojan team, we only have 2 seniors in Matt Captain and Zach Foster, so we're a pretty young team, loaded with we talked about Hayden Stevens, the freshman, and then we have sophomores and Gabe Ray and Zayd Yonin on the court right now, and Gabe Stevens is a junior, and Colin Snyder with the ball right now is a junior. So we're a young team, a little bit undersized, and Lutheran North is taking advantage of that right now.
Gabe Stevens is a sophomore too, Coach.
Is he a sophomore?
Yeah,
oh,
he sure is.
I thought Gabe was a junior.
No, there are currently on the floor, there are 4 guys out there on the ClawTV team that played in the JV game as well. So Colin, Gabe, Zayd, both Gabes and Zayd and Colin all played JVs earlier today. So
taking advantage of that 5th quarter rule, which I believe was just passed. Was that last school year?
This is the first season we've been able to utilize it. So yep, it was passed last school year. This is the first season in both football and basketball that we've been able to use it.
And that rule actually helps out the smaller schools like us, where numbers might be limited, and some athletes might not have chosen not to participate due to COVID, and it gives some younger guys the opportunity to play at the varsity level and the opportunity to play at the JV level, where the reps and the minutes definitely count when they matter.
Absolutely.
And that's a travel on number 3, Logan Petzold. He's been pretty active early in this game with 7 points early on, and he looks to be their go-to guy right now. And they almost come away with the steal. Cost a little bit sloppy on the inbound. Colin Snyder with the pass. My man Zayd Yonin, who is a member of my 8th grade football team here at Clawson, my first year coaching. Good to see Zayd out there on the varsity basketball court getting some minutes. I didn't see the call.
They called him for a travel there, I think. Yep. He walked right into it. Yep.
2 back-to-back turnovers for the Mustangs. Definitely going to help out the Trojans. They can capitalize on that and get some buckets. We'll be in good shape here. Coach going with the hockey change with the lineup, something you don't usually typically see, but hey, something's got to give. We got no points on the board right now, so we got to switch something up.
Yep.
Colin Snyder with the ball. He's going to swing it over to Gabe Stevens with the pick from Matt Caput. Zayd Yonin is going to kick it to Colin. Tipped out by number 3. Logan Petzold. Trojan's just a little bit sloppy. Yeah, he's going to go with the hockey line shift change right there. So he's going to bring back the starters and Carter Irvin, Zach Foster, Kyle Gujon, Hayden Stevens, and Alex Cordone. And that was not a good pass by the freshman. That's going to be picked off by number 24, Matthews Adinka. He's going to go up. Good defense by 43, Zach Foster. Kyle Gujon ends up with it. Kyle's got some speed on him. Another turnover for the Trojans. And that was out of bounds off big 4-3, Zach Foster. Zach Foster was a member of our varsity football team this year, and that young man was his first year playing football in a very long time. And it was my first year getting to know him, but I can say it was a pleasure getting to know Zach Foster. He is one of the nicest kids in this building, and pleasure talking to him every single day in the hallways.
Absolutely. Zach is a true worker out there on the gridiron and on the basketball court. He just works. That's his MO.
Petzold's going to airball that one. Rebound by Kyle Gujon. Trojans desperately need a bucket here. Good pick and roll.
Go strong.
There you go. And the Trojans are on the board.
That'll be something they can utilize here in this game. A little pick and roll with Alex and Zach.
Now, Lutheran North might have some height, but when it comes to the beef down low, Zach Foster's, he looks like 2 of them combined. So if he can throw his weight around and box some kids out and get some boards, they might be in good shape. And Kyle's going to use both hands on that one right in front of the ref. They're going to call that every single time.
Yeah, you can't use both hands on the waist. That's going to be a foul every time.
Colin Snyder's going to check in the game for number 0, Kyle Gujon. So the Mustangs coming into this game only one victory on the year, and that came
in their last game, I think.
in their second to last game against Parkway Christian, 80-55. This is a team averaging 49 points a game, and our Clawson Trojans are coming into this game actually 0-8, only averaging 40.8 points a game, giving up 50 points a game. So when you talk about pretty evenly matched matchup here, when a 1-7 team versus an 0-8 team, this is an opportunity for someone to come out with a much-needed victory. Hayden Stevens is going to be called for the foul there, going up for the block, but he got some of the arm on that one.
Yeah, Coach, our boys might not have a win, but they are in every single game that we play, every single game. You know, they play hard, they work hard, they play till the end, and that's a credit to Coach Steffen and what he's teaching them at practice. You know, we just can't get over that hump and get the victory yet, but we have not been blown out yet.
Absolutely, and our last TV, I was going to say TV One, the last time I called the game, I was on TV One. Our ClawTV presentation, and that's Gabe Ray taking with the drive to the basket. He's going to head to the line. But in our last broadcast that we did, I believe was against the Tars of Anchor Bay, that was a close game up until the final seconds. I believe at one point we were down 11, and then a bucket by Kyle Gujon and then 2 3-pointers by Alex Cordon brought us back in within 6. And it was a game. So like you said, they're in every single game that we've been in this year.
Every game.
There's definitely fight within this team. And there's Gabe Ray, sophomore, also a varsity football player. He's going to go 1 for 2 at the line with the rebound by big Zach Foster. There you go.
That's exactly what Zach brings to the table right there. It's just a fight down low. He's working hard in the right spot, getting position down low.
We got some bodies on the floor. Colin Snyder tipped it from behind, but that one's going to go in. That was put back by 24, Matthew Zadnika, the 6'5", 195-pound senior center. Colin Snyder's going to drive with a nice dish to Alex Cordon with the floater. Cut the lead to 8, 15-7 Mustangs. Offense starting to pick up a little bit. Guys start cutting to the basket, looking for open shots. And that's knocked down by number 30, Joseph Wolowski, 6'1" sophomore. Zach Foster at the elbow with it. Swinging a couple elbows. Coach calling out for the play. Swinging over to 15, Cordon's going to take the Steph Curry X3, and that one's off. Coach wasn't really happy with that shot selection. I know the three-point contest was last night, but we don't need any of those.
That was a little too far out.
Good catch by Colin Snyder.
Like a football play there, Coach.
Well, it was. Colin did play some safety for us. There we go. Turnover by the Trojans, and the Mustangs are going to look to push it on the 3-on-1. And that's number 12 going up with the nice acrobatic play. That's Jacob Burt, sophomore, 6'3", 190-pound sophomore on the tape.
I think the guys just need to settle down on the offensive end and run through their sets, and they're getting good shots when they run through the sets. So.
Cordon off with the left corner three-pointer. Matt Caput looks to be heading to the score table to check in. Ooh, with a driving fake by number 5. That's Alex Terpstra with a nice take. And they extend that lead to 14, 21-7. Mustangs with 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Carter Irvin with his, was that a left hand?
That was lefty, that was lefty.
Big sophomore Carter Irvin, another varsity football starter.
Seems to be a common theme here, Coach. A lot of dual sport, triple sport athletes here.
It's the only way we do things around here at Clawson. We don't have many one-sport athletes, and that's a good thing. And that's knocked down by 10, Trevor Lesno. 23-9 with just 2 seconds left to go. Cordon's going to put that up. off, and at the end of one, Lutheran North comes over, and they're going to take a nice 23-9 lead at the end of the first quarter, and we're going to stick around. And Coach, after one quarter of play, what are we seeing out of the Mustangs that have opened them up to this big lead?
Well, we know for sure that they can shoot the ball. You know, I'm not sure what their stats are on the three-point line, but it seems like every shot they throw up is going in. I think our boys just need to buckle down on the defense end, get some hands up in the face to make those shots a little tougher for the Mustangs. But right now they're getting some easy shots and they're making all their shots. So
coming up later this week, our next game is going to be Wednesday, correct?
That is correct, yes. And we do have Redford Thurston coming in. Yep. That was a late ad as well. So again, it's a game that Coach Stephan and the Trojans are going to come into without a whole lot of knowledge of their opponent. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday.
So you're the perfect person to ask this question because, I mean, you are the athletic director for the Clawson middle school and the high school, so you're the one dealing with this. How difficult has it been during COVID, you know, scheduling matchups, dealing with canceled games? You know, it's, you know, we're not the only school going through it. Everybody in the state is going through it, but walk us through how difficult that's kind of been in these times.
Yeah, well, Coach, I don't think there's an AD in the state of Michigan right now that doesn't want this winter season to be over. It's every day is a new day, and every day there's a new problem, and you know, sometimes we are able to have games, and sometimes another team calls me on a Friday night at 7:30 and says they can't play on Monday, which is what happened this weekend. So it's a battle every day. I just take it one step at a time, just like every other AD in the state. But I'm ready for the winter season to be done and move on, and probably just the entire 2020, 2021 school year to be done. So
I hear that. I know all the spring. Matt Cappitt with the ball down low, and he's going to get fouled on his shot. He's going to head to the free throw line. But the good news is spring sports will be played.
Absolutely. You know, fall was a little bit easier, to be honest with you, because it was outside. So a lot of not as many restrictions in the outdoor sports as there is in the indoor sports. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to get outside with baseball and softball and soccer and lacrosse and track and all those sports that we can kind of spread out and be outside and be a little bit safer than what we're doing in here. So.
Perfect. I know baseball team, those players are looking to get at it. Coach Jim Sparks and his silver, the Max Silver reigning champs are ready to get back at it.
Yeah, I believe that's a back-to-back reigning champs, Coach.
I believe it is. Yes. I believe it is. Coach Sparks has those ladies ready to play every single year, and they're going to look, I know they're excited to get back on that diamond. And right here on ClawTV, it's going to be our goal to bring you those games, bring you some matchups, and good defense, good hands by Carter. He knocks that out, and that's a turnover by the Mustangs. Trojans going the other way. Colin Snyder to get the pass for Cordon with the pick by Cappitt. He puts it up and he knocks it down, and that's three by number 3. Colin Snyder, three-sport athlete here at our school, quarterback on the football team, and an excellent pitcher on the baseball team.
Much better defensive sequence there.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, you can see a little bit more pep in their steps.
Yeah.
A lot of feet moving, the squeaking of the other shoes on the court when feet are being moved. That's a tough shot, and, you know, they're not going to hit that one every single time. But
no, Coach, what I tell my girls is good offense always beats good defense. That was pretty good defensive play by Colin there, but a good offensive player is always going to beat good defense.
And that was number 12, Jacob Burke, the 6'3" sophomore. Checking into the game, we have 13, Gabe Stevens, and Zach Foster coming in for Colin Snyder, Matt Cappitt. Matt Cappitt, a member of this ClawTV broadcasting class. So for those of you out there that don't know, this game is brought to you by Second Hour Audio Visual production class that is taught by myself. And today on camera we have Dylan Shea, we have Big Michael Moss. And again, we have a show directed by Sam Pizza. That's a good one knocked down by Carson Smith. Lutheran North now up 30-14. But this broadcast is completely a student-ran broadcast. Sam Pizza is directing today. And that's another steal by Lutheran North Mustangs, and that's put up by number 12. Jacob Burke. Jacob Burke now with, I believe, 6 points on this game. He's open. Get it to him. Go up. Carter's got to go up strong with that one.
Said to drop baseline and set it to the middle. He probably would have had a wide open shot there.
Skip to the corner. Back to the top. Mustangs working the ball around.
That's good. Bump the cutter. Push him behind.
There you go. Ball up in the air. Someone's got to get that. Game Stevens up top. Shot by Burke from the right-hand side, and he knocks down the three. Jacob Burke with the last, I believe, 7 points it is for the Mustangs.
Yeah, these guys can definitely shoot the basketball.
That's a nice drive to the basket by Hayden Stevens, and he's going to end up at the free throw line. But Lutheran North is a high school located in Macomb, Michigan, so they took the trip down here to Clawson High School for a nice matchup, and I believe I tried to find what league they were in. I'm not familiar.
Are they in the Catholic League? I know it's a Lutheran school, but they may be in the Catholic League.
They might be. On their schedule, they have Loyola, Parkway Christian, Oakland Christian, some Bishop Follies, Cranbrook. So I believe they are. Yep, Father Gabriel Richard, Country Day, Cardinal Mooney Catholic. And the free throw is knocked down by Stevens. Mustangs now up 20, 35-15 with 4:25 left in the first half. And we don't have the exact shooting percentages in front of us, but I would say that the Mustangs are shooting somewhere close to 50%, if not greater in this game right now.
It's got to be close. It looks like the Trojans are back to their 3-2 zone here. They're tearing apart the man-to-man, with just cutters right in front and getting it out to open shooters. Looks like the zone's going to control that a little bit. Longer possessions.
And that's a good box out and rebound by Big 4-3. So that's a good adjustment by Coach Eric Steffen. He saw exactly what wasn't working on defense, goes back to the zone, and you know they'll take those long three-pointers from the top of the key all day long if they can keep those bodies out of the paint, slashing, cutting, and getting easy twos.
Right. Getting out to those shooters is key, and that's what that 3-2 zone will help them do, is get to the shooters, get a hand in the face instead of having those open shots. Maybe make it a little tougher for the Mustangs.
Good defense by Matt Cappick, gets a hand in there. That's a missed shot. Trojans going the other way. 3:45 left to go in the second quarter. Cordone finds Gujan. Ooh, and he's going to head to the free throw for three. But he's down and he's holding on to an ankle.
Looks like he might have come down on the other player's foot. Maybe rolled his ankle a little bit there.
Kyle's down. Coach is going to head out there and check him out while both teams head to the bench. So he's not screaming and hollering, so that's a good thing. It looks like he might have came down on the opponent's foot, you know, and then you know, that's a foul. The shooter has to have a clear spot to land when he's coming down. Colin Snyder is now going to come into the game. He's got a smile on his face. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I think he just came down on it wrong.
Kyle's a soccer player. Those guys are tough, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Colin subbed in for Kyle, so Colin's going to have to take 3 free throws. Looks like Alex tried to sneak in there and take them for him, but the refs figured that one out.
Yeah, the refs said, Colin's off with the first one. So, the MAC tournament, will that be played this year?
As of right this second, yes, it will be played. in the boys bracket, in the boys divisions, that we combined the bottom two divisions. Well, we combined all the divisions. So we are in the MAC bronze, and we combined it with the MAC silver. So they did a round robin type this year, but it is supposed to be played as of right now. But I can't say for certain, but I think about 50% of the schools that are in the bronze silver division are in quarantine right now. So hence why we're playing Lutheran North tonight.
Gotcha. When I was working at a TV station in Macomb County when that conference was introduced, the tournament was introduced, and I absolutely love that idea. It's a couple extra games in the season for the boys. It gets you tournament ready before the actual tournament, and let you play a couple other teams, especially ones that you already seen in your conference and the division. And I absolutely love the idea every single year by the MAC. And I'm not sure if other conferences around Metro Detroit do it.
Yeah, I think the Catholic League puts one on, because once they play their final down at Callahan Hall. I don't think the OAA does anything, but I really like the MAC tournament as well.
And that's a three-pointer knocked down by Mitchell Monahan. That extends their lead 38-17 with 2:30 left to go in the second quarter. That Capit with the ball swings it to Alex Cordone. Capit goes to set the pick. Cordone goes the other way with a nice drive. He's going to put that up, and that's off. 23, Mitchell Monahan with the rebound. And that three-pointer by Carson Smith is off. Trojans looking to go on a little bit of a run before halftime.
Little pick and roll again, right back to Zach.
There you go, Zach Foster with the pick and roll with the left-handed. Zach looks like he could run that in his sleep.
Absolutely, I think that should be probably the Trojans' go-to play here in the next minute 44.
Coach Jim Sparks bringing out some ice to Kyle.
Taking over those AD duties for me. Appreciate it, Coach Sparks.
Matt Capit on the rebound, and the Trojans are running. Gabe Ray is going to take the shot, and that one goes in.
The shooter's roll there, hit the front of the rim, or the side of the rim in that case. Rolled right in.
Gabe Ray, a good-sized kid as a sophomore, getting valuable minutes here on the varsity basketball team. There you go, Matthew. Nice rebound. That three-pointer by Monahan is off. Minute left to go in the first half. Trojans looking to put some more points on the board to close that gap. Ray with another jumper. That one off. The ref's going to call the... All right, Colin Snyder's going to be called for the push.
Looked like he had two hands in the back. That's not a bad call right there. He did push him a little bit, gave him an advantage.
Bonus already? Yes, we are. So shooting free throws, that is number 20. He's listed as number 202 on the roster, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's Mitchell Alter. Mitchell with a good entry pass to big number 40, Mitchell Petersdorf. And now the Mustangs are up 19, 40-21. Last moments of the first half. Cordone with the ball at the top of the key. Fancy dribbling. That almost led to a turnover. Let's see if we can get a nice clean shot off the end of the first half. You gotta shoot that. And that was not a nice clean shot. And at the end of the first half, the Lutheran North Mustangs take a 40-21 lead. When we come back, we will have the second half of the rest of the game for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Clawson High School, where the Mustangs of Lutheran North have a 19-point lead, 40-21 over our Mustangs. And I want to say a special thanks to head girls varsity basketball coach and our athletic director, Mrs. Kelly Horn, for joining us in the first half. But now I have Miss Jillian Lightford, 4-year varsity player on our girls basketball team, joining me here in the booth. Jillian, thank you for being here.
Of course.
So in the first half, let's just put it this way. The Mustangs were pretty hot from the outside, and the lid was on our rim in the first half. What are something that our Mustangs can do to get back in this game?
I think they need some better closeouts on the outside, and they need, on offense at least, they need a little more buckets, obviously. But I think getting it inside the paint to Zach is a good idea. He's been hitting the layups good. Or give it to Alex or Kyle shooting the threes. Got to jack the points up.
Yeah, we do. So right now, Lutheran, they didn't skip a beat going into that halftime, and that's a knockdown by number 23, Mitchell Monahan. And that's his third three-pointer of the game. And like I said, in the first half, we don't have the official numbers in front of us, but I want to say these Mustangs are shooting close to 50% from the field.
Definitely. It looks like several of their players are shooting threes, too. It's not just one of them.
And that's a three-pointer missed by Mr. Kyle Gujan, and they're going to go the other way. And that's a turnover by the Mustangs, crossing ball. Mr. Cordone rocking the, I don't know what we call that hairdo, but, you know, it looks like he's been working hard. We'll just put it that way. Uh-oh, we got a couple whistles blown, so we're going to have a sub. I believe that was Matthew Cappitt coming in for sophomore Carter Irvin. Carter struggled a little bit this game, but you know what? This is varsity ball, and it's going to be tough. You know, every game's a battle in itself, and you got to work through it. We don't have losses, we have lessons, and right now there are a lot of lessons learned in this game for Carter Irvin.
I think that was a turnover on Hayden Stevens.
And a point we made in the first half, this is a very young team. We have two seniors in Matt Cappitt and Zach Foster, with Hayden Stevens, a freshman, led by a lot of sophomores. Even another, Ben Fisher is injured. Ben Fisher is a sophomore, correct? Or
yes.
Okay, exactly. We have a lot of sophomores on this team, very young team, and that inexperience shows at times, especially in a game like this versus a Mustang team that has how many seniors? I'm looking at the roster. 1, 2, 3 seniors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 juniors. So this team has a lot more experience than ours.
Yep.
But you know, our boys are going to continue to battle.
We got several players playing on JV and varsity too.
Absolutely. And that's a nice cut by number 5, Adam Terpstra. And that lead extends to 45-21. And again, today is International Women's Day, so we have a broadcast led by the women of CHS. We have Sam Pizzo directing, Tina Ray on graphics, and Paige Truesdale on audio. And I am joined by Jillian, a 4-year varsity player, in our booth, and Ms. Horn was joined by us, was in the booth in the first half. So it is an honor and pleasure to be working with these women today.
Great representation here.
Absolutely. As a father of 2 beautiful young girls, it matters. I'll tell you that.
That was a nice rebound by Zach.
Ooh, with the lefty pull-up. Ooh.
Just a little short.
I was going to get really excited if Zach Foster hit that. I might have jumped up and screamed a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice pass by number 3 by Logan Pestroff into big 4-0. Nicholas Petersdorf. I'm butchering these names. I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because I told Coach DeMassey where he could find this game online, and these young men are going to watch this game and be like, this announcer is just straight up ruining our names. But I'm apologizing right now for it. I'm usually behind the scenes. This is usually the spot of Jack Hartley, but I'm filling in for Jack today as he takes care of some business on a personal end, and you know, I'm doing my best. So right now, first half just started. We're only 3 minutes in. This lead has expanded to now we're looking at 26 points. And
no score for the Trojans yet this quarter, I don't believe.
And there's got to be some adjustments made on both ends of the court right now. Defensively, they're getting really clean looks. And it's a different story if we're up in their face, we're getting hands in their face, we're playing tough defense, and they're just making buckets. But right now, they're getting pretty clean shots. And whether we're in that 3-2 zone they were in or whether it was the man-to-man, we were just, you know, we're getting beat. And it's hard to stop them right now.
Yeah, a lot of uncontested layups.
Cardone brings it up, swings it over to Hayden with the pick by Zach Foster, and then going back to that pick and roll, and nice block by number 11, Benjamin Nair. And that was their go-to play in the first half, and they went back to it. And that rotation of the defense, he rotated over from that other block and made a good play right there.
Let's see if we can get a basket in this set. Kyle coming back from a little injury. Not sure what happened in the first half.
It looked like he went and attempted that shot. It looked like he came down on the ankle of that defender. Oh, and he's just right hands in the cookie jar with the behind the back pass with the lay. Beautiful play right there by number 3, Logan Petzold. That was pretty.
That was a crisp pass.
I will give props where props are due, and that young man made a hell of a play right there. Good pass by Hayden to Matt Caput, and that pivot foot got dragged just a little bit, and that's going to be a turnover. Colin Snyder, QB1, is going to check into the game for Matt Caput.
Looks like they're back in man.
Just got to be a little bit more physical. And again, another open jumper, clean shot. Luckily, that one's off. Ooh, good pass. See if Kyle can knock that down.
Good rebound. Another shot.
With another rebound, big 4-3, doing work in the paint. Feed that man the ball, let him reward him. There you go. It's like Alex heard me. Good play down low by big 4-3. Zach Foster, the big dog in the paint, getting in that work. And me and Mrs. Horn talked about in the first half, this Lutheran North team has some height. But when it comes to beef down low, Zach Foster's, he was winning that battle. If he's going to throw that weight around down there, those are rebounds that he can get, and those are battles that he can win. 51-21 Mustangs, 3:30 left in the third quarter. Kyle swings it over to Mr. Cordone. Over to Carter Irvin, swung back to number 0, Kyle Kujan, and he's gonna, with a nice bounce pass to Carter, and another turnover by the Trojans.
That's another thing. They've had a lot of turnovers in this game.
It's like it's the perfect storm when you can't hit a bucket, the opposing team is shooting lights out, and you're shooting yourself in the foot with plenty of turnovers.
Yep.
It's hard to win ball games that way.
Yes, it is. They got to clean it up a little bit if they want to close out this lead.
Good defense by big Zach Foster. There you go. Trojans creating turnovers on the defensive end. Let's see if we get some points out of it. Colin Snyder wide open.
Just a little off.
Good box out by number 11, Benjamin Nair, to seal Mr. Gujan off from that rebound. 51-21. Mustangs with a big, comfortable lead over the Clawson Trojans. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach DeMassey goes deep into his bench here and lets some of those younger guys get some minutes in this game, because this is unless Coach Steffen and these boys can put together a run, this is getting pretty ugly here.
Yeah. Ooh, that.
What? Wow. Why is Colin? Ooh, it must be wet over there. Because that, with a nice bucket, with the strong take by number 12, Jacob Burke. Extend that lead, 53-21.
Oh, nice cut. Nice cut.
Trojans still looking for a basket. Let's see if we can get one right there. In and out. Zach Foster battling down low. Ooh. I'm sitting right here. And I didn't see that toe out of bounds, but that ref's closer. I'm not going to argue his call. Good effort, though, by Kyle Gujan right there. Refs can say he had a toe out of bounds. Mustang ball. I'll give the ref the benefit of the doubt. He's wearing a Michigan mask, you know. I'm a Michigan guy. He must be know what he's doing.
A little bit closer, but from here.
I tell you what, if I was not on this announcer headset, I would have said something to the ref. Good defense with the quick hands by Colin Snyder. Trojans looking to run. Carter's got to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. Look for something, make a play.
Yeah, these Mustangs with their steals.
Jacob Burke with the steal, and he goes up, and he's going to end up getting fouled. No, they're not going to call a foul. This is a nice, clean block by QB1.
Colin Snyder.
Repping the flow. He's got the long hair going. That seems to be the thing.
Yeah, seems to be a trend.
Even Big Mike Moss has got his flow going with his little dready dreads. Where I'm from, we call them wormies. He's got the wormies in the head. Get there. There
Nice.
we go. Turnover by the Mustangs. Trojans have the ball, and they're looking to run. Whoa.
Oh.
I
Might
think
have
that
been a
was
travel.
a no courtesy call right there because he definitely traveled.
Another toe out.
Zach Foster, if we were giving out hustle awards in this game, Big 43 would definitely get that award. Hey, we might be
100%.
down by a lot of points, but the effort is still there by the Trojans, and that's a point me and Mrs. Horn talked about in the first half.
Yes.
We might not have a W on the season, but we've been in a lot of these games, and the effort has never dropped no matter what the score
Nope.
is.
These guys are definitely still in this game.
All right, Jillian, so let's talk a little. We're at the boys' varsity game, obviously,
Mhm.
with 28 seconds left to go in the third quarter. But unbelievable season you ladies are having right now.
Yes, fantastic.
Home game, next home game Thursday, which will be broadcast right here on ClawTV. Who is your opponent? I don't have the schedule right in front of me.
Lanphier, our big
Lanphier.
rivals.
Ooh, big rivals coming
Yep.
over from Madison Heights. So
Yep.
that's a great game to be broadcast.
Yes, very excited.
Talk about that rivalry a little bit, and as a senior, what that matchup means to you.
Yeah, I mean, even though since I've been on the varsity team, we've beat Lanphier every time, it's still a huge rivalry between us. It's always a good game. I know so many girls on that team. I've played against them and guarded them on every game we've played, but fortunately this year we already have a part in the league title, and if we clinch this win on Thursday, we will be full league champs. So we're very excited for this game on Thursday. Very motivated.
And Coach Horn does an excellent job. And at that shot, and that's going to end it at the end of the third quarter. The Mustangs have just ran away with this one, 54-21. We're going to stay right here, and we're going to continue to talk about that girls' basketball program. So we're talking about the job that that Coach Horn does. I've seen you guys practice before. I know how intense she can be, but I also see how much fun you guys have. Talk about
yeah.
the fun you guys have being around your teammates and in that program.
Oh yeah, I mean, our team is probably the closest team I've ever been on in my whole high school career. We all love each other so much, and I think even when we're playing basketball and practice sucks sometimes, it's still so much fun because we all like being together, even in these terrible times with masks and like social distancing. We still find a way to have a good time.
Perfect. Love that. So what are your plans next year as you are a senior after high school?
Next year I plan on to go to Grand Valley.
Go Lakers.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. My younger sister is a graduate of the Grand Valley State University.
Nice. Great school.
You guys don't even, do you guys have a loss on the season?
We do. We have 2 against Marine City and Athens. Both very, very close games.
Okay.
But unfortunate losses. Oh, wow.
And that's a nice little two-hand slam and jam right there by Matthew Zanika, the 6'5" senior. No, excuse me, he's not. Yes, he is. He's a senior.
Nice putback by Zach.
Zach Foster still working down low. That man's hungry.
Those are the first points of the second half for the Trojans, I believe.
And that's unfortunate that,
Yeah.
that we say that, as it is the start of the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Gabe Stevens with the rebound. He now has the ball, gets a screen from his younger brother. And Coach Eric's going to take a quick timeout. Coach Stephan, a former D1 coach at Oakland University, and funny stories. I used to work. Well, I still work at Oakland University as part of their athletic broadcasting crew. And when he first came over here last year, I would see him at the games. He was assistant under Coach Walker, and I'm like, this big guy looks familiar. Come to find out, like, yeah, sure enough, he was assistant under Coach Jeff Tungate for the on the women's roster, the women's team, I believe it was. And
Yes.
When you have a coach like that in your program, a former Division I coach, you know, the experience and the wealth of knowledge that he has there passing down to the kids is unbelievable.
Great,
And you
yeah.
can see how passionate he is about the game of basketball and how he gets on the boys. But you could tell he loves those boys. And that's a nice three knocked down by Kyle. But very passionate. Coach Stephan is about the game. Loves these kids, loves the game of basketball, loves his school. His son Trenton, I believe, is the 8th grader, and he's a hooper. So he'll
Definitely.
be coming up in this program, and if he's got any height like his dad, you know, he'll have a future in the game of basketball
Yeah,
for sure.
I can't wait to see that kid play.
One thing you can say about Trent, and that's a three knocked down by 42, Carson Smith. Trent is always in the gym, always shooting a basketball.
Yep.
And that's the bunny missed by freshman Hayden Stevens. He needs those.
Yep.
That's a take to the rim
Another
by
thing.
number 20, Mitchell Alter, and he's going to head to the free throw line. Again, the Mustangs are taking every advantage of the super lax defense by the Mustangs. And whether it's inside or outside, a clean open shot or a contested layup, you know, these young men they're getting to the free throw line and they're getting shots up.
They're hustling too.
And this is a Lutheran North team that's only averaging 49 points a game. Right now with 59 on the board. That free throw is missed. Rebound by Matt Caput. Pushed out by Cordones with a nice cross-court pass to Kyle. Ooh, kicked out behind the back.
Oh.
And that was a sequence where the gym might have erupted a little bit. A little roar from the fans if that shot was going to go with the sweep behind the. It started off with the pass by Kyle Gujon with the baseline bounce pass over to Gabe Stevens, who kicked it out behind the back, and then it was followed by an air ball. So it just went. That's why we can't have nice things right there.
Nice jumper.
And that corner jumper knocked down by Mitchell Alter, the 6'4" junior.
Nice
Take by
drive.
Kyle. So that's something that we haven't seen a lot out of the Trojans, is being really aggressive, putting the ball on the ground and getting to the rim.
Definitely.
So Jillian, you're a basketball player in this current climate, atmosphere.
Yes.
We all know COVID is real, you know, and it is a big deal. Talk about, and it's, you know, it's mandatory. It's the MSSAA rules. But tell me how you guys had to adjust and adapt to hooping in the mask.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's still tough. We're going on our 5th month now, like practicing with these masks, besides when we got sent home for that month. But it's tough, yeah. But honestly, we've gotten pretty used to it. It's like almost like a norm now. But it was definitely took some adjusting, and we definitely take a lot more subs a lot quicker in our games just to catch our breath. But yeah, it's crazy still.
Ooh,
Another behind the back.
they're out here getting jazzy with it. And that was a nice behind the back pass, by 30, Joseph Wolowski.
I think they just called an offensive charge.
I believe they did. A little bit out of control there. So, Jillian, do you play a spring sport?
I do. I run track.
Okay. So talk about, obviously there were no spring sports last year.
Yeah.
Talk about how, are you looking forward to finally getting out there and participating in the spring season?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually throw shot put and discus, which
Okay.
are my main events during the spring. And my sophomore year, I actually placed third at our regional meet. So I was just shy of going to states. So after my junior year, I was very upset to hear about not having a season and losing another chance at being qualified for states. So this year, I'm definitely ready to get back at it.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I know all the spring sport athletes are excited to finally get out there. And
Oh, yeah.
like me and Mrs. Horn said, you know, with the winter sports being inside, it's a little bit more difficult to deal with. And fall sports, you know, being outdoors and able to spread out and all that.
Yeah.
And with baseball, softball, and, you know, track and field and girls soccer and even lacrosse, you know, those are games that, you know, there are definitely some space in between
Yep.
players and easier to manage in terms
Definitely.
of COVID.
Yeah, being outside will definitely be exciting after being in this gym with these masks on for so long.
Right. And sophomore Zayd Yonan gets fouled with a nice cut. The pass from Kyle Gujan. Gabe Stevens. Up top, Kyle with the deep three, and he knocks that
Nice.
down. Trojans now down by 30. 61-31 with 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. And hey, some nights you're on, and some nights you're just not. And
Yep.
it was just one of those nights tonight, and it happens to the best of them. Good pass by Kyle.
Oh, nice
And
move.
Zayd Yonan with a nice little pivot spin, and he gets a bucket. That's a young man I've known for a long time. In my first year here in the Clawson District, I was a middle school football coach, and Zayd was a seventh grader on my football team, and he was half that size and a lot chubbier. And it's good to see Zayd filling out, get some height just like his older brother, and nice bucket right there. Get some quality varsity minutes here as a sophomore.
Oh, nice take.
There you go,
That was
Carter.
a foul.
Carter Irvin at the free throw line, a sophomore. 6'3" sophomore with the left-handed player.
Just a little off.
Had the pleasure of getting to know Carter this year as he played his first year of football in a long time and started for us on the defensive side of the ball. And whether on the football field or the court, Carter is just a young man. If he was just a little bit more aggressive, you know, he's got a big body. You know, he's not small by any means. If he just could be a little bit more aggressive when, you know, driving the ball to the hoop, boxing out and getting rebounds, and even getting hands on defenders, you know, on the football field, you know, he could go a long way. He's just got to find that little toughness and that mean streak inside of him.
I was definitely the same way as a freshman and sophomore, and it took me this long to find that confidence and aggression too, so hopefully we can see that out of him soon. Nice drive by Hayden.
It was a nice take by the freshman, Hayden Stevens. And there you go, being a little bit aggressive. That young man too was just you could tell in his first high school varsity game he was a little timid, and that was a nice fast break take right there. Just smooth lay. Both Stevens brothers on the court right now, and that's a big three knocked down right there by Matt Zadninka, the 6'5" center, and that lead stretches to it's that 31, 66, 35. Mustangs. Shoot that, Gabe. Bang.
Oh,
Good rebound, Zayd, as Zayd Yonan goes up and grabs the rebound.
foul. It's a good call.
Gabe only missed that because I said something. I jinx it all the time. I should ever say anything, that would have went in. Gabe Stevens was also a member of that middle school team that I coached. A couple players from that team out there. Got just a minute 10 left to go in this game. And Jillian, I'm very glad that you stepped into the booth and called the second half with me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, anytime.
We have the MAC tournament coming up, and then the playoffs coming up. And the Lady Trojans are going to look to go on another run this year.
Oh, yeah. We want that district title real bad.
And we will have all of that district play right here on ClawTV, which we will be broadcasting on the NFHS broadcasting site. There you go, Matt Caput. Matt Caput, I'm not having that. Just 52 seconds left to go in the game. And the Mustangs going to look to, let's see if they still attack for a basket. They could just easily hold it and close it out. Doesn't look like they want to do that at all. There you go, Matthew.
That what?
All the way, Hayden. And one.
Oh.
And that's a good take by Hayden Stevens. Again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Blowout game, down by a lot, but the effort is still there. And these are valuable minutes for this young team. And similar to the football season, we were young. We had a lot of kids that would normally be playing JV. But I'll tell you, we hate to look a year ahead. But when it comes to this squad next year, a lot of these younger players with just 2 seniors on this team, a lot of these players will have valuable experience and time underneath their belt. And that will help out in the long run in this basketball program.
Yeah, that's huge.
Good feet, Gabe.
A lot of
Stevens
hustle.
brothers with the hustle. And that's going to do it. And that's it, folks. So the final here at Clawson High School, the Lutheran North Mustangs win this one 66-36 over the Clawson Trojans. We appreciate you for checking in. For Mrs. Kelly Horn, who joined us in the first half, Jillian, who joined us here in the second half. I am Coach Deshaun Davis. And all my students in the ClawTV student broadcast program, we thank you for watching and have a good night.